to the show. VH bomb in the lab, cook it, feel on screen. Zesty vibes loud, turn cringe to a meme. All your filters off, it's a wild reveal. One edit from me and the fiction gets real. Zesty feel.
Listen to this. There's a $5 tipper who said, if you were an actual physical shop, like a store, and people were threatening and intimidating your potential customers and scaring them away every day, it would actually be highly illegal. It would be considered something like mafia level. You're facing down organized crime on a daily basis. And not facing down organized crime, I mean, it is organized. It's organized online harassment. Is it a crime? Well, it depends on the level of the harassment. You know, I would call it online stalking, is what I would call it, because it's exactly what it is. The level of people become so obsessed with me that they really just want me to fail no matter what. So when they realize that all their efforts to take me down don't work, right? You know, they mass flag my content, doesn't work. They slander me in videos, they make not nonsense about me, doesn't work. So then they're like, well, what do we do next? Well, if we can't beat the man, beat the support system for the man. So they look for people who are supporters of mine, and then they try to go and harass them online. They try to find their social media accounts. They try to find, links to their personal life. And this is why I've always said over the years, you have to be incredibly protective online of your real life stuff. Do not have a social media account that is tied to like a YouTube channel, to a Twitch channel, to a TikTok. It has to be separate, all right? You cannot have your real life name and stuff about your personal life all over the internet. A lot of people out there around the era of when Facebook was becoming prominent in the late 2000s, early 2010s, thought, let me put my entire online profile online. Who I am, where I live, all of my relatives, tag them. All of my friends, tag them. Where I like to hang out, where I work, where all that. It is so dangerous. You have no idea. And people just don't. They think, no one's going to care. These people today, a lot of these people online have lived online their entire lives. They are 100% connected. They feel more alive when they're online in this virtual space than when they're out there in the real world. So to them, if they don't like someone, they feel like it's perfectly justified to completely go after them via any means necessary to make your life miserable. Think how crazy that is, right? Like, wait, what? But don't you have other better things to do? No, they literally don't. Their online presence is their presence. They don't have real life friends. They don't have family. They have no one that cares for them because they never built that system for themselves. They never have any social skills. They just sat online eternally, their entire life. So they will go after you. And if you don't realize that, you may not realize that having all your information online is insanely risky. And so I always warn my viewers, if you're going to come by and you're going to enjoy my content, which I very much appreciate, you got to be safe with your online stuff. Do not be listing your private information online. Do not have it linked to whatever, like if you're on YouTube right now, make sure that the name in the chat has nothing to do with your real life name. Make sure that that name can't be linked to another social media account that someone can easily access, and that has your information in it, okay? And you gotta be careful. DMs, close your DMs, don't leave your DMs open publicly. You're gonna get so much harassment from scammers, people who just want to ruin your day, people who want to harass you for various things. God forbid you support dark side Phil. What if you say something political someone doesn't like? Oh boy. They will come after you with their pitchforks and their torches. So you've got to be really careful, okay? So in regards to what this tipper is saying, yeah, if you're going to support me, I apologize in advance that you may be contacted and or harassed by a bunch of mentally deficient people on the internet who literally just obsess about the internet. They don't have anything going for them in real life, so they think it's worth their time to harass people. As crazy as it sounds, you do what you can. Protect yourself. It's important. It really is. It's scary. But it's just our new reality of life. It's just our new reality. A lot of people don't realize this, that because you have an entire generation that have now sat online their entire lives, that's their existence. Therefore, they will go to any lengths to just mess with someone online, they think that's normal behavior. It's not. It's actually snapped, cracked social behavior. Your mind is snapped. They think it's normal. Huh? Red King, I don't even know why you would even say that. He goes, what about the ones that want you to succeed but razz you a little bit? We're not talking about that. We're literally not talking about that. I'm talking about the extreme, which people have actually seen. It's sad. I'm not talking about someone who just razzes me a little bit or whatever. I'm on the internet. I'm making myself the subject of public scrutiny every day. All right? And I do it for a living. And that's okay. You know, I have skin that's thick enough to take the shots that get shot at me every day. I do. Don't let it bother me. But the difference is people who are snapped and cracked and actually go off and systematically harass people and think that that's acceptable social behavior in the modern era of human existence when it's not. It's morally corrupt. It should be legally wrong, but it depends on the level that they do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between, oh, I just went online and I found a bunch of people's public information and I used that to then harass them versus actually trying to commit identity theft and other things, which has happened to me and others. So, everyone say hello to Jasper Kitty. I know a lot of people have been saying, where's Jasper recently? What's been happening is, as you know, a lot of these days I'm not doing a podcast. Like today, I'm not doing a podcast. I'm just hanging out with you guys for a bit. And so because I'm not doing the podcast, he's not showing up on the streams. On the podcast, he can come over here. He jumps on the chair. He hangs out with me. When I'm playing a game, he can't be here because I'm playing the game. You know, I got controller in hands or whatever. So, but I mean, like, he wants to come hang out, but because we're skipping podcasts to do more gameplay, he hasn't had an opportunity to be here recently. So here he is. How you doing, buddy? Enjoying the cool autumn weather? He is. He's loving the cool autumn weather. He likes autumn way more than summer. Right now we got fresh air. My window's wide open. I got fans blowing. He loves it. Some of you were saying it's the first time you ever seen him. Wow. Well, here's Jasper Kitty. He's our only kitty. He's an attention-seeking cat. We talked about maybe getting another cat, but he wants to be the center of attention. He is what they call a mojito kitty. What that means is that he wants to be the life of the party. He wants to be involved in everything we're doing. If my wife starts cooking dinner, he jumps on the counter and wants to be there. If we're eating dinner, he jumps on the table. If we're sitting on the couch, he jumps on the couch next to us. When we get in bed, he snuggles with us in bed. So he wants to be right there. And the thing is, he doesn't want to share that attention with anyone. Seriously. He just absolutely not in any circumstance does he want another cat or another pet in this house. So that's why we only have the one. But he gets a lot of attention because he's the only pet in the house. We're at 9 out of 10 goals. That means if we hit our support goal on this stream, I'll be doing DSP Tries It, the Frank's Hot Ones menu, as well as the Flamin' Hot Fritos burrito. So it's 3 items. It's a Flamin' Hot Fritos burrito, a Frank's Red Hot Diablo Sauce burrito, and a new Frank's Red Hot Nacho Fries. I'll be doing all of those items from Taco Bell. Hilariously, I looked at the menu last night. They cost $8 each. A Taco Bell burrito is not worth $8. Have you seen the size of a Taco Bell burrito? They're not large. They're very small. So the fact that they're charging that, it's pretty crazy. Absolutely insane. But anyway, that'll be a good DSP Tries It for today. And if we hit the goal, we'll do it on this very stream. So let's go. Let's rally some support. Let's hit that goal on the stream. Let's do DSP Tries It today. Sounds like a plan. Oh, let's see. I got a $1 tip. Someone says a group of friends and I are going to get Battlefield 6 and play as a team. I saw you're not really enjoying it. You think it would be better with a dedicated team or no? Also excited for Pokemon today. First off, that's not true at all. All right? When I was playing Battlefield, was I frustrated at it? Yes, I was. Because it is very different from Call of Duty and it's challenging. It's different because it's not only is it team-based, it's class-based. You have to utilize the stuff in your class to be successful. If you're an engineer, you have to be taking out the vehicles or repairing vehicles. If you're the support, you have to be healing your teammates constantly, okay? I'm mostly used to like the run and gun, one-man army style of Call of Duty, and I haven't played Battlefield in many years, so I just, it would take a while for me to get used to it, okay? I was getting better at it the more I played it. The problem is, as you just said, it is definitely a team-based game, meaning you should have a dedicated squad who communicates and works together. When I was playing with these randoms, half the time the randoms were playing like morons, like, oh, Phil got downed, let me attempt to revive him when there's literally a firing line of enemies standing in front of us. Did you ever think to take out the enemies first, then revive it? That's what I mean. Unless you're a dedicated team, most of these people are just dumb. And because of that, I'm not going to have a dedicated team. I'm not into the team-based gameplay. The times that I've attempted it, it didn't work. Mostly because people would complain, hey, Phil, you're focusing only on your team and talking with your team. You're not paying attention to us. Well, we're here. We're your viewers. We're the ones who want interaction. Why are you not paying attention to us? So the team-based stuff doesn't really work for me and my style of content. Therefore, that's why it's not really working. In addition, that game was essentially a clip farm for my trolls rather than for my fans. My fans were like, we would much rather see you play Call of Duty next month, where you could play solo and you can hot dog it and you can kick ass and you kill streaks and do well, rather than focus on this game where it's team-based and you get frustrated if your team doesn't work well together and it's randomized because you don't know if you're going to have a good team or not. We'd much rather just see you do Call of Duty. And basically people tuned out. I played it, 4 times? I played it 2 times on release day, and I think 1 or 2 more other streams. And again, people were disengaged and not caring about it, not supporting. I said, well, forget it. We'll do anything else. And by the way, it's worked. Dropping Battlefield was a great decision because everything else I'm doing is working. So there you have it. So it's not that it's a bad game. It's not that I don't like it or that I was struggling with it. It's that it's a team-based game and I don't play team-based stuff like that. And it wasn't working for my viewers, so why keep playing it? It's a fine game. If you like team-based stuff, you're going to love the game, I think. And I'm excited for Pokemon today as well. We've been having a nice, chill time with Pokemon Legends Pokemon Legends ZA. This week, and I'm looking forward to a nice chill stream with you guys again. So into 2 box, I said if you root for another man's marriage to fall apart, you're mentally ill and you need to seek medical help. It's correct. He's talking about me because, again, these crazy obsessed people who don't like me on the internet have literally created a insane narrative. Your narrative is that my wife and I don't get along. We're not together. She left me or we're separated or something. Like, they're actually rooting for that and they're hoping for evidence of that. It was hilarious a few weeks ago. Someone said, oh, so they found the evidence. It's completely false. There can't be any evidence because what they're saying is completely untrue. So whatever evidence they have, they've made up. You know, I told you guys years ago, they actually attempted to file divorce papers in our name when we weren't involved. Spoiler alert, you can't do that. You could try, but the moment that you have to prove your identity, it fails. So they basically tried to initially start the process impersonating me and pretending like identity theft stuff, but then it didn't work because they couldn't prove that they were me. So yeah, I mean, there's many idiotic things that they have done, and this is one of their most broken narratives because they can't possibly believe that what I say is true. Now here's what I said. My wife actually would like to be a part of my content. She's expressed interest over the years. Initially, many years ago, she wanted to be part of my Halloween event. We bought her a Halloween costume, right? She dressed up with me on a Halloween stream. The moment she sat down to play games, the trolls came in and started saying absolutely disgusting things about her. Horrible things about her appearance. Horrible sexual comments, just terrible things, right? Unlike me, where I don't really give 2 shits what anyone says about me because I've been doing this for 17 years, it got to her. So during the stream, she basically became distressed, and after a couple hours, she said, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to see these comments. They're bothering me. Then she was literally off my streams for what? 7 years, something like that, 6 years. And then it was early 2024, and then we decided maybe it was time to try again, okay? And we wanted to do something that was very fun, and so we both were going to be playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and we heard that it was going to have this virtual island side mini game where basically it's kind of like having Animal Crossing, where there's an island that you're going to be building up and you have residents who live there and you interact with them all. Admittedly, it's not what it ended up being. It ended up being a big slog and repetitive grind of time sink that really didn't pay off if you did it. they basically pushed it as something that it wasn't. So when the game came out, it was actually kind of a disappointment that that's what it ended up being. So anyway, we said that we were going to do this co-op. And she showed up for, I think it was 2 to 3 streams of that. Again, during that time frame, what did my haters and trolls do? Clip farm. Look, she's distressed. Look, she's, insulting her appearance and things like that. Left, right, up, and down. Horrible things. So after that, basically after that experience, we decided that's it. There's no point anymore. Because for having her in the content, for as nice as it is to maybe have my wife in my content every once in a while, all you're doing is you're giving people the fuel that they want to make toxic content. You are essentially giving them a clip mail, right? It's the same as me playing Battlefield. It's the same as if I decided to do something that would give my haters opportunity to try to mess with it. Like, oh, let's do a fan lobby. It would never work because they would take every spot in the lobby and they would sit there with horrible names, doxing, racist stuff, sexist stuff, things about my wife and family members. That's all they do. They want attention. When you realize, oh, this is a way for them to get what they want, you starve them. You don't give them what they want, okay? So after that experience with doing the Dundoko Island and basically her losing interest in it, I did too. It was boring as hell. And basically, again, more internet bullying. She said, I just don't want to do it anymore. And I said, I'm with you, 100%. I don't see the point. It's not like we're missing out on amazing content that we could be making together because you're not there. I don't do co-op stuff as it is. Like it's not like I'm known for co-op and now I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? We tried it. It would have worked if we eventually tried more games. Like we were actually going to play Beyond Two Souls. I bought the game. We were ready to do the co-op. And then basically we decided against it. We're like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to do this because that's just what these idiots want. They want that content so they can have more toxic things to say. So, the reason that my detractors and haters bring up my wife so much is very simple, because we starve them of content for her. So because they have nothing, they want what they can't have. Get it? If she was on the stream every day, it wouldn't be a big deal anymore because she's on the stream every day. And therefore it become a commonplace thing, they wouldn't care. But because she's not on the stream, because she's only been in very few pieces of my content ever, and we've given them nearly nothing to ever work with, they can't stop obsessing. They literally hyper-fixate on my wife, trying to get information about her past, about her physical appearance, about all kinds of shit, because they're not allowed to have that information. It's none of their business. She is not my business. She is not in my content. You know what I'm saying? So, there's no reason to give them any information at all. Every once in a while, I talk about our day off or something that we're doing or something she's cooked. That's all you get? That's literally all you will get. Because anything further than that becomes harmful with these idiots, again, hyperfixating, eternally online, socially broken losers. All they do is sit online all day, no actual real-life social interactions with anyone. They probably don't even have social skills. They're probably fucking mentally deficient, emotionally deficient people who think it's okay to just stalk people online all day. So, that's why we don't give them what they want. But you're right. It's messed up that they ever would have thought to try to stalk my wife or say horrible things about my wife. They don't know anything about my wife. They still don't, and they never will, because we don't give them anything to know. So they can say whatever they want. It doesn't mean anything. That's the truth, is anyone who hyperfixates on someone who's not directly involved obviously is a loser, a fucking mentally ill person who knows that they're not allowed. You're not part of this inclusive group. You're not part of my family. You're never going to be part of my family. Maybe you want a family for yourself, and that's why you want to so desperately know about mine, but you're not allowed. Sorry, you're not part of this club, and you never will be. Instead, you could be in your really oddball club of oddly hyperfixated losers online. If you want to call that your family, go for it, but I don't think it's going to get you very far in life. Nick Smith did a $2 super chat. Is there a way for her to be there but not on screen? Why would she want to be here and not on screen? Again, like what honestly here's how Kat is a part of my life, okay? The moment that I turn this camera off and I walk out of this room, I spend my time with her constantly, and I love it. She is my significant other. She's my best friend. I don't need to also include her into this part of my life. It's not needed. You should stop, in fact, having that separation between work life, online presence, and in real life existence is an insanely good, healthy thing to do. Crazy healthy for you. You should have a separation of the virtual and the real. That way, you can have a split and you're not constantly having that life be permeating into your own. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of people say to me, do you play games outside of what you play on stream? No, because I play games so much on stream. Why would I want to play games out there in my real life? This is my virtual online existence, my work. That's my real life. I want separation between the two. That's a very healthy thing. The last thing I would want is stress from this permeating into that. See? So, no, I don't need to have my wife in my content. No, she doesn't have to be off screen, but still, there's no reason for it. Don't sub $2 says, screw the trolls. It sucks that you and your wife just can't have fun and that some of her choices are influenced by them. You're right. I agree with you. Like I said, excuse me. The problem with people, again, who live eternally online is that they tend to become, how can I say? They tend to become desensitized. What do I mean by that? Well, when you're eternally online, you see constant online bullying, constant online harassment, constant online trolling, and it becomes the norm. So when you're eternally online, you're like, oh, it's no big deal if someone says this about someone or acts like this about someone or harasses someone or makes nasty posts about someone or does this or that. In reality, the truth is all of that stuff is unacceptable. But we're just so desensitized to it because it's become the norm online that basically we're kind of like, well, just expect it, right? We shouldn't expect it. As human society, we shouldn't expect it and condone it and be like, that's fine. We should actually point at it and say, that's wrong, that's busted, that's morally completely unacceptable, and we should call out the people who do it, and we should put them over the coals. But instead, people applaud these people. Oh, hilarious. Oh, it's so good when this person roasts this person and says awful things about this person and their family members. Oh, it's so good. In fact, let's give them money and let's do that. No, that's a busted society. That's socially broken. That's immoral. That shouldn't exist. And people shouldn't applaud it and reward it. They should call it out and chastise it and criticize it and condemn it and make sure that it doesn't happen. But instead, we have a weird, broken, again, eternally online society that thinks that this is the norm when it's not. We shouldn't be desensitized to organized online bullying and we shouldn't reward it. Okay? But the point I'm making here is, for those of us who are online all the time, we're used to it. For those of us who are not online all the time, they're not used to it. Normal people think that that kind of behavior is sick, twisted, and busted, and it actually affects them in a really bad, negative way. Okay? My wife, as much as she knows that online bullying is bullshit, doesn't mean anything, it still gets to her. You know, two times, once during that Halloween event, and then when we were doing the Dundoko Island stuff, she's tried to be a part of my content, and every time that the online bullying begins, it bothers her and she just doesn't want to do it anymore. Even though she was determined to not let it get to her, and she was convinced that this time it wouldn't bother her, it bothers her every time. That's just the kind of person she is. That's not a fault at all. And the truth is, she shouldn't have to put up with online bullying simply because she's my wife. It's because she desires to be in a piece of content that I'm doing and wants to add something. Why does that now make her a target for harassment by thousands of no-life losers on the internet who literally live on the internet and have no fucking lives of their own? They're not happily married. They don't have a nice house. They don't have a nice social relationship with another person. They never could have that because they're fucked in the head. So they sit online and make fun of people who have that. See what I'm saying? So, it's just so messed up. That's how it is, right? So, when you wonder Why is my wife not in shit? It's pretty simple. Normal people would look at this situation from the outside and be like, oh my god, the 2 times she's in Phil's content, she gets mass harassed. To this day, people are still saying fucked up stuff about her despite the fact that she's not a part of his content, doesn't say anything bad. You know, that's really awful. But only normal people who live offline would understand that. Those of you who live online all day, you don't get it because you've been desensitized to it. You think it's okay when it's not. It's not at all. Like literally a single one of you, if you laugh at people who bully others online, if you enjoy their content, if you support it, you're fucked. You actually are mentally cracked. You're mentally deficient. You should seek help. You should go talk to professionals about it because they'll counsel you on how to get better and how to repair your psyche. Because normal people don't revel in the pain of others, particularly innocents who have nothing to do with anything, right? If there was a preschool that burned down, would you laugh that the kids died in the fire? Do you think that's funny? Some people do. I'm not kidding you. Some people do. Ha ha ha. Yes, this is great. No. No. That's not cool. That's not something to laugh at. Actual human misery is not funny. It's not something to revel in and be happy about. It's just not. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I am sore today. My workout last night. Oof. I did twats. I did my shoulder exercises. I did my back exercises. I did some push-ups. 4 sets of each. And I am so sore right now. So if you look like you look a little stiff. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty stiff right now. I'm not gonna lie. I am pretty darn stiff. What's hilarious is idiots who say, oh, you're lying. Like, dude, I work out almost every day. In fact, I was working out so much that my wife told me that I have to take more time off. She's like, you're working out 6 days a week. You got to cut back. You're supposed to have more rest time. And I said, all right, I'll work out 5 days a week. So I'm working out 5 days a week now. I'm going to work out 5 straight days alternating muscle groups. I'm going to take 2 days off to recuperate. Then I'm going to go back to working out again. So, but it's just hilarious. These idiots, they just can't believe it. Oh, he's working out? Yeah, I am. Why do you think I'm looking better? Why do you think I'm looking so much more skinny? Why do you think you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't just magically happen. That's not how life works. You don't just, oh, you've been overweight since you were in your 20s. All of a sudden, you're losing all the weight. It must be magic. There must be a fairy that comes by with a wand and goes like this, and then you become smaller. That's not how life works, okay? It's because I'm working out. Sheesh.